Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, let us start from Mahendra Munda. Mahendra, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, Mahendra. Okay, Mahendra, please tell me how you teach.
Yes, sir.
Describe your teaching style.
Teaching style, yes.
Yeah. So how you actually everybody has their own style, but whenever you teach or get an opportunity to teach, how you teach actually? Basically, what subject you teach, Mahendra?
I teach SST.
Cool.
Sorry?
Yes, sir.
You teach?
SST. TGT SST. Yes.
Okay. So suppose you are asked to teach an SST subject, how you approach your teaching and how you make students understood. So please tell me, what is your teaching style, as I have already asked you the question.
First, I will try to engage the students in various methods, such as storytelling method, or any question. I will ask some question. Then I will engage the students. Yes, sir. After that, I will go to topic.
So basically, first initially you will do some brainstorming so that students' interest will be ignited for that subject. Then you will start the topic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So how will you evaluate your students after your teaching so that you will know that your students have mastered what you have taught or they have understood? How do you verify and evaluate the progress of the students?
Yes, sir. After I taught, then I will ask some question, and related to I already have taught.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Yes, I will ask some question.
Mahendra, do you adopt some short tricks for teaching?
Yes, sir. I will adopt some trick.
So short tricks means there are some memory techniques that is now available in SST teaching. How to remember certain countries and some geographical things. So do you adopt those short tricks? Have you made some notes of those short tricks in your lesson plan?
Yes, sir. When I will teach the history subject, at that time, I will use the timeline.
Okay.
I will use the timeline. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I will use the timeline, and I will relate the in various year, and
Okay.
I will use the shortcut trick.
That is very important these days because
Yes,
students have very little time these days to read SST. They want short tricks.
Yes, sir.
And final question to you, Mahendra. What is your strength?
My strength is I have patience, sir. Patience. So much patience.
Could you tell me an example where you have shown patience and succeeded in your life?
Sir, once again, tell me.
Definitely.
Once again, question, sir.
My question is, as you say that your strength is patience.
Yes, sir.
Have you shown patience in any in the past of your any activity, so that we can say that you are a patient person and that patience has given you some success?
Yes, sir. First of all, I have 2 years teaching experience in English medium school.
Very good.
Yes, sir. When I had taught the student at that time, I will at that time. I had taught the student very very simplest method, and also which student don't learn, and I the students were not able to understand.
No, actually, you should have said that very fact that you have been selected for this interview, without patience, nobody can crack a top examination like OAVS. So your
Yes, sir.
patience, in spite of working, you have shown tremendous patience, so that today you are here. That is the biggest example you can give, and all the things you have achieved where you got selected in that school. So first of all, that's why your patience has given you success. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mahendra.
Thank
Now I am
you, sir.
moving to
Thank you, sir.
Sarmishtha Naik.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
How are you, Sarmishtha?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Okay, Sarmishtha. Suppose the classroom you are teaching, and you came to know that some students are harassed by they have been victim of the bullying. Some naughty students are dominating and creating problem in the class. So how do you deal such situation like bullying and students are quarreling amongst themselves? So such situations often arises in the classroom. How do you manage that?
First of all, I will communicate with those students who are being bullied by others. Then after hearing their problems, I will go to the students who are bullying. Then with the communication and with a good introduction, I will try to convince them that these things are very bad, and it impacts their personal life with educational life also. It is bad for both of them in their career. So I will try to convince them, and with proper introduction and with psychological remedies.
Yeah, and the best way to stop it, to being a teacher, you have some authority in the classroom. So if you make them friends and appreciate their work and make them friends, I think that problem will be over once and for all. Because students by nature are jolly and playful. Sometimes because of some misunderstanding or some reason, they used to fight and quarrel amongst themselves. So the best way is to make them friends, I guess. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
Another question. Suppose, Sarmishta, you find out a student is scared to come to school. How
Hello, sir.
my question is, suppose you find out that a certain student is scared and afraid to attend the classes and come to school. How do you convince such a student to come to school regularly?
First, I will try to find the reason behind their scariness, and after finding, actually, the main issue is if students are not getting the school interesting or the subject, then the interest to going school is not inbuilt in them. So I will try to find their strengths. If they love to playing, then I will motivate them to play.
Yeah. The first thing is that we have to identify, as you have rightly said, the reason. It might be a health issue, it might be a psychological issue, or it might be, as we have discussed the previous question, somebody might be just making him, bullying him, etc. So after identifying the reason, we have to give enough confidence to that student that he won't be harmed. Rather, he should be encouraged, and he should be, as you said rightly, be motivated enough and interested enough to attend all the classes. So it might be challenging, but not impossible. It is the duty of the teacher, particularly the class teacher, to find out the exact reason and attract that child or the student to come to the school. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Final question to Samishta. What is your strength?
I am hardworking, and I'm a good listener and patient and friendly.
Okay. So, how being a good listener has helped you in your life?
If a person is a good listener, then he has the capability to analyze the thing properly in the mind, and according to that, he can his action can be modified properly.
Actually, the people are those who speaks less and listen more, so that you can know the viewpoint of others and accordingly judge people and react accordingly. That helps us in our interpersonal relationship, and that is also useful in teaching also, so that we will be able to know the point of view of the students, what they exactly looking for from us, so that this will help us or you in your teaching also. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir,
Yeah, please ask.
sir, your contact number, please. Actually,
My contact, everybody knows 933. Please note down.
933
742
742
11
11
83.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, if you search in the internet, because my number is in the Bidyasagar Institute's website, so you can find it quite easily. It's a public number for almost 20 years. Okay. So
Okay, sir,
my number is synonymous with Bidyasagar. So if you want, you can search. Anybody wants my number, they can look in the website also. If they somehow lose my number. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, your free time to contact?
Yeah, you can contact me in the, I mean, after 8 p.m. actually. In the daytime, normally I'm busy in some sort of work. So after 8 p.m., you can contact me for any doubt regarding interview. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now I am moving to Abhinav. Abhinav.
Hello. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes.
Avinash, I am asking you a general question. Everybody has a vision of an ideal school or a good school. So what is your vision? Please describe an ideal school for you so that it has the things you require. Please describe in few sentences. What is an ideal school according to you?
In my opinion, an inclusive school is an ideal school where every type of students are included, as this gives a opportunity to socialize with different types of students, and in which the parents also are generally are interested in the school and are helping the school in different activities. I mean, their involvement of parents and communities there in the school. This is an ideal school also. And the school which have good facilities which can be used to teach the students in a better way, modern facilities.
Great, good answer. So basically an ideal school is one which actually absorbs all types of students, has a very healthy learning atmosphere, so that student can learn in a very good atmosphere without any problem. And as you rightly said, all the instruction material like latest technology and equipment the school must be endowed with, so that the teacher will find it good. It must have a good library, good playground, and all the facilities, modern facilities, which is required for the all-round both spiritual and mental development of the student, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Abhinav. Okay, Abhinav, a general question. What a teacher must avoid in the classroom? Everybody says that teacher must do this thing, but what a teacher should not do in the classroom?
The teacher should not provide his attention to specific students as others feel inferior to yes, and he should he should always motivate the student and never demotivate them. As a young age, they need demotivation is very harmful for the students, and he also should not punish them as the young minds are very at developing stage, and the punishment can lead to a problematic child. And he also should try to solve the problems by himself, and in the end he should try to move the problem to the parents, so that they are not scolded by parents, as the parents don't different type of parents are there, and they scold the children for no reason and without understanding the real issue. So he should try to solve the school issues by himself. Yes,
that's a very good answer. And apart from that, as students often look at the teacher as an ideal person, as a role model. So it is the duty of the teacher to maintain very good moral behavior, and he should not, smoke or chew pan or something like that, so that it could have an adverse impact on the student. And apart from that, the teacher must carry himself in a polite and good manner, so that he won't use any vulgar, indecent language, so that it will have a bad impact on the student. So all these things the teacher must be mindful while conducting himself in the classroom. Okay.
yes.
And final question to you, Abhinav. What is your strength which will help you in your teaching?
I am a friendly and pragmatic person, and I believe that through sincerity and hard work, everything can be achieved. And these are my strengths, sir.
Okay. How can I believe that you are a friendly person? Have you? How many friends you have made in your life till now?
I have made many friends in the school and college life, because I was a extrovert type person, and the main thing is I have made some really good friends who stand by my side in my need, and I also help them when they are in need. And in my internship, I also was able to make the teaching learning atmosphere a very friendly one. So I think I am a friendly person.
Give me an example where your friend has helped you in your crisis time.
Recently there was a loss in share market, and which before 10-15 days, and which caused me a great mental stress. And during that, and as the interview dates are declared, I was very stressed, and I was thinking that how will I study for the interview in this time of stress. So my friends give me very moral support and also help me financially. Yes, this is the latest.
That's great. So I hope you will be able to make students also friendly, so that classroom will go quite well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Abhinav. Then I'm coming to Adyasa. Adyasa, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, Adyasa, tell me what should be the daily routine of a teacher, a good teacher, especially suppose you want to be a teacher. What should be the habits and daily routine of a teacher?
Sir, for an ideal teacher, the teacher should be prepared well before a class, and he must prepare his lesson plan ready, Accordingly, the way, the strategies he have to follow in the class.
Yes.
And also he had to make sure that the resources that he is going to use in his class are available or not, and also he will get them ready. And he must be thorough about the subject before entering the class, because the students can ask many questions about a chapter because they are curious in nature.
Yeah, and apart from that, a teacher must resort to yoga and physical activities to keep himself fit, because most of the time he engages in mental work and very little time for physical work. So in order to keep himself fit, he must wake up early in the morning, do some prayer, and go for some brisk walking, so that he will keep himself or herself fit. And he must read extensively to improve his knowledge of current affair and all the things, and keep on updating his knowledge on its subject, so that he will be able to give some extra information on his subject to the students. Apart from that, what you have said is correct. You can add all these things to it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And next question to you, Adya sir. How do you define success to a student? Suppose a student asks, ma'am, what do you mean by success? How can I be successful in my life? So what according to you defines success?
Sir, according to my opinion, success is not defined with making money. It is all about being a very good person and what a person can contribute for his society and for his country. So if a student asks me that what is the success, what is the definition of success, I will elaborate him that he should be good in his studies and also in his behavior. And if he is good at any co-curricular activities, then he also have to focus on it so that he can get success in life as a good human being and also as a professional.
That is very good answer, because unless and until your behavior and your mannerism towards others is not good, and first of all, success, most students believe that scoring good marks is a success. Yes, it is a part of the success. Actually, success means, suppose you set a goal. It may be short-term goal or long-term goal. To achieve that goal, even just regularly maintaining a good habit can be a success. So success, first short-term goals should be met, and short-term goal should be a stepping stone to long-term goal. So accordingly, student must be very clear in his mind about his goal, and to achieve that goal in real life is the real meaning of success. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Final question to you. What is your strength, Atyasa, and how it will help you in your teaching?
Sir, I am very focused, disciplined, friendly, and very patient, and also I am a smart worker.
How can I believe that you are a smart worker?
Sir, whatever thing I do, I always plan it before that, so that I can do it effectively and without wasting much time into it. So I include in my plan that I search on Google, or I think before doing anything.
Actually, smart work cannot be achieved overnight. First of all, we have to go through the hard work, rigors of hard work. For example, if you are good at something, you cannot become smart overnight. One has to be
Yes,
do
sir,
it
of course.
a lot of time before gaining that smartness. So that's why hard work actually precedes the smart work. First, you have to be hardworking, then smart work will follow suit. Suppose somebody is doing mathematics with quite easily, that doesn't mean that he is gifted all right, but he must have practiced a lot before becoming smart. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Adya sir. Now
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
coming to who is there who have not attended. Okay, Rosalind Swine. Rosalind.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Rosalind. Rosalind, what is the date of your interview?
Sir, 19.
19th. Okay. Okay, Rosalind, I am asking you a question. Suppose you will be asked to be involved in some co-curricular activity after the classroom activities are over. Will you, the management will ask you, it is optional. Will you be involved or you will go back to your home being a lady?
No, sir. I will definitely involved in the co-curricular activities of the students, because through the involvement of myself in these activities, I can easily assess the children's that in which area he had interest. So I can easily assess them. So I will definitely prefer to involve in this.
Yeah, that's a great answer, because always management is looking at someone who is ready to, as I have already said, put that extra effort.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another
As
general
a teacher, we have to be very dedicated to our profession, not only the working hours, but except from this, if some work is assigned to us, then we have to be perform this.
Obviously. That is quite nice. Second question, Rosalind, what frustrates you about the present education system? Or suppose you will be asked, what improvements could be made so that present education system in general becomes effective? Because you have been a student before assuming the job of a teacher, so you must have seen the education system quite a lot. So what, according to you, what frustrates you about present education system, and how can it be improved?
Yes, sir. I think now the parents are getting more, means they are getting more score oriented. They did not assess they did not assess their childrens on the basis of their qualities. They only force them to score more in the classroom and means to either to sorry, I'm on
Yeah, actually, you are not getting my point. So actually, there are a few lacunas I have noticed as an academician, administrator, and educationist. I have noticed a few problems in present education system. The first thing is that there is a gap that has been created among the actually the vernacular medium schools and the English medium, and that is becoming wider and wider. So therefore, the society is getting divided. That is the first problem, the medium of instruction. And the second problem I have noticed, these days students are not interested to read. The reading habit is lacking among students. They are more dependent on internet, computer. They are more, because of pandemic. The pandemic has given a death blow to the reading habits of the students. They are not actively participating. They want a solution from Google instead of utilizing their brain. So it is the duty of the teacher to give them some healthy activities so that they will rather keep themselves away from the screen and do some constructive activity like sporting things or doing some project work, so that their inherent natural ability will come to the fore. That is the problem that is associated with present day education system, and government has tried to bring some modification. Life skills are not important. When a student finishes his education, he is not able to actually face the survival or the challenges of the society. Just mere marks won't help you, isn't it, Rosarin?
Yes, sir. I can add one more point.
Please.
I think moral education should be added in the curriculum, because moral means ethic. That means students should know about the ethical values of the society. As we know that students are getting involved in heinous crime, and so many things are happening in the society, in our society, that juvenile crimes are increasing. So I
Yes.
think moral education should be added.
And final point also I would like to add, now I remember, we are becoming unnecessarily too much inclined towards westernization. Our culture, our civilization, the love for being an Indian, slowly they are watching a lot of foreign content in their TV, watching music, and everything that is westernized. But we have our Ramayanas, Mahabharats, Bhagavad Gitas, but very few children, they have now Amazon, Netflix, they're watching foreign shows, but they are not interested to watch Indian oriented program. So therefore, it is the duty of the teacher to make them proud being an Indian, because we have a rich culture, and our country has a lot of great men like Maharana Pratap, Chhatrapati Shivaji. So they are the Indian ideal people. But people actually today's generation are not knowing about them. So that is my point also.
Yes, so we can add in the co-curricular activities. We have done drama in various social awareness programs. So we can guide them in a mythological show. Like we can create a short topic from Ramayana or short topic from Mahabharata, so that they will be aware about our culture and our mythology.
Absolutely. This sort of thing should be encouraged among students, so that in due course of time, they must know about our rich culture and heritage.
Yes, sir.
Okay, final question to you, Rosalind. What is your strength which will help you in your teaching career, which I have asked everybody?
Sir, I am a very optimistic girl, and I am also hardworking girl, and I am a good learner also. Yes, sir.
How can I believe that you are an optimist? In the pandemic time, how you remain optimistic? When the whole world is going through a negative feeling, how you have kept yourself optimistic during this challenging time?
Yes, sir. I used to keep motivate myself, because I have thought that the situation will never stay at a time. It will, whatever the situation is, it will change one day. So why should I lose hope? So that I used to read, I used to do hard work for hoping that one day the situation will get changed and the exam will.
Yeah, that's a nice answer, because you have done the right thing. The bad situation will not stay for long. That's the law of nature. The good and bad will always be there. So we have to bide our time and be optimistic that bad period will over and good period will start. That's a good answer. Okay. Thank you, Rosalind. So today I am going to ask the final student. Let me see who have taken. Chittaranjan, you have raised your hand. Chitta, how are you?
Sir. I am fine, sir.
Okay, Chittaranjan. Tell me, what qualities make a teacher effective, so that students like him and his teaching also become effective generally?
Sir, firstly, is the dedication many factors, as every difficult lesson, as dedication is present, then I will easily planning the lesson and deliver the lesson for children. Yes. And other part is smartness during the short time, because one day you have to class 3 or 4 periods. So as a short time you have to plan 3 or 4 lessons. Then smartness is a factor that
definitely you have to conserve your energy, so that even after taking 3-4 classes, you must be at your best to take the next lesson also. That's a great thing. Good answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chito, I'm coming to next question. How you manage stress in your life? Because these days there is a lot of stress and pressure on the teacher also, because of the demands are increasing from the students. So how you handle pressure and stress?
So I don't idea.
Okay, I am giving the answer myself. Actually, the first thing, if you think your work as a burden, it will prove as a pressure or stress. So if you enjoy your profession, if you enjoy teaching, you will never feel it as a pressure or stress. That's the number one point. And second thing, if you are doing a lot of yogic activities like pranayam and meditation, yoga, prayer regularly, it will give you the mental balance so that you can handle stress. And you have to actually, as I said, in the morning time in a tranquil, calm atmosphere, you must remember God and thankful to the God that God has endowed with you. And there are many people who are behind you, many sufferers are there, but you are happier in comparison to them. So if this sort of attitude you will have in your mind, you can also overcome stress. And if you enjoy your work, you can overcome pressure. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the final question, what is your strength that will help you in your teaching?
My strength is my dedication and labor.
Dedication and
labor or quality.
Give me an example of your dedication from your past activities so that I can believe that you are a dedicated person.
The dedication helps me in various ways of my life. Like after graduation, I have qualified BEd entrance.
Yes, that's a good answer.
Recently,
without dedication, you could not be qualified. Government BEd or Andhra BEd?
The government BEd.
That shows that you are really dedicated to, because government BEd first an entrance you have to clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you confident that you will get selected in this interview?
Yes, sir. I am very confident about my selection.
Okay. Thank you all. Today time is running out. I am finishing today's interview. All the best for everybody because time is approaching. Few of you have the interview on 16th also. So all the best. Keep preparing and remain in good spirit and take care of your health because it's a very challenging time. You have to be at your best on the date of interview. So take enough rest and be prepared. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.